Lesson 7. This is an example of a letter that looks a little bit different in its uppercase and lowercase forms.
It's also an example of a letter that looks very different from the English letter that represents the same sound.
Right. Lambda sounds like an L, but in its uppercase form, it looks like an upside-down V.
Exactly. And in its lowercase form, it looks like a lowercase L, but has this extra kind of leg sticking out of the back of it. And so it's almost in between an upside down V and a lowercase L.
Well, I think that extra leg is there for support because the main line of the lambda is leaning to the left. And without that support there, it might fall over.
Exactly. We can't have any letters falling down on the job.
So, Catherine, now that we have a Greek letter that makes an L sound, we can spell out some new words. So in our exercises, we have number 1, bet. That uses the letters we've already learned previously. But now we can say, for number 2, we can say let, and even bell in number 3, belt in number 4, and tell in number 5.
And the listeners will notice that there's one lambda in letters that in English we would have 2 L's for. But it does not affect the sound, so it makes sense.
Right. These spellings using Greek letters, they may not be perfect spellings or correspond exactly to the English word, but the idea is to get the same sound, to approximate the same sound, so you can recognize an English word and just practice sounding out the Greek letters. So, for example, in number 3, Catherine, in English, the word bell would have 2 L's. Here, we just have 1 lambda, but it still sounds like bell.